Good morning and happy Tuesday. And yeah, it's Tuesday because normally I would record on Monday, but yesterday I took some time off, and that was a bit of a blessing just to have that extra day. And that's what we're going to talk about today is getting moving now that the economy is going to start, and some of the ups and downs that we're feeling and what it means to be a blessing. We're not going to spend too much time in our heads today. We're going to spend a lot of time in our hearts. And I wanted to start off by saying thanks to my friend Pete Woods for an outstanding sermon that he preached 2 weeks ago on hearing that voice of confidence. Whether it's a voice of confidence from a friend or a neighbor, or a voice of confidence from Jesus in his faith, in my faith, in your faith, however you find that voice of confidence and hear it in your heart. I'm struck not just by the fact that he talked about confidence, but I'm struck as I'm still thinking about it 2 weeks later about how you really can't fake that confidence if it's going to be real. And that's why I want to talk about blessing. Because when we're shaky and we're not sure and we're depending on others to hear the voice of confidence, to, as he picked up on my favorite expression, be blessed, be a blessing, we need to understand how to enter all of that, because as the economy moves, it's not just the supply chain of goods and services that are going to be stretched. It's our relationships. There are, as the economy unfolds, going to be people who benefit faster than others. And there are people who are in danger of really being left behind. And this lurks in the background, and it's hard sometimes to see and feel blessing. The only technical thing I want to say to you today, academic thing, is that unlike when we look at blessing in, I think, a more traditional material way, where it's a whole series of checklists of things that I have, inspired by my university professor and the Beatitudes, where Jesus talks about in Matthew 5 all the various blessings, it's about being transformed by experience. The experience of acquiring material things, like acquiring a meal, or the experience of spiritual things, like the sharing of a word of confidence, which is where this idea of be blessed, be a blessing comes from. That the idea that in my transformation, I can be a transformative thing in somebody else's life. It's that simple, but it's not easy. I've said that before, and so I'll say it again today. I don't want anybody to think that the simplicity of the message that I'm bringing you today is in any way, shape, or form a judgment to say that if you're struggling, that somehow you're weak or deficient, because for some people it's easier than others. It's not where I'm going. I want it to be simple because I want it to be a good starting point. And I need to have that blessing today of simplicity. So I'd invite you to look around in your home and in your life, and I would like you to count your blessings in a way that says, where are the people who are bringing a voice of clarity or insight or confidence into my world, that not only tells me this too shall pass, but the things that I need to get through the challenges that are in front of me are really important. I'll give you an example. There's a man I used to know who is a Holocaust survivor, who, while he was in his work camp, found a way to actually convince a doctor, by bribing him nonetheless, to take out his appendix so that he could convalesce, to turn around and then bribe a guard to allow him to escape. Wow. That's pretty incredible. And it's along those kinds of lines. The hardships, the struggles that everybody is facing, whether they are financial or emotional, require that kind of recognition that in us lies the wisdom and the ingenuity. And if you're somebody right now who's having trouble seeing it, but you're watching this video, or you know somebody in your life that is having trouble seeing it and you're watching this video, you can either be blessed by this video or it can inspire you to be a blessing to somebody else. Transformation is not brought about by bypassing the challenges of the world. Transformation is by seeing our way through it because of human solidarity. And so, inspired by my friend Pete, I'd like to tip my hand as well. And I wanted to thank the people who have called me and who have spent time with me to say thank you and to encourage me and to offer their ears to listen. Because we're all caught in the same sea, even though we're in different boats. We're in the same storm, even though we're headed somewhat towards different directions. We're all caught in the transformation of our very world before our eyes, and we need each other. I have become increasingly aware this weekend of how important the people who are there on the phone when I call, how important they are to me. And so to you, thank you for being such a blessing in my life. And to all of you, I would encourage you to do the same for yourselves, for your family, friends, children, your pets, even if you have them, to count your blessings in terms of how they help you look at the challenges and the struggles and the successes, to put those into perspective of your life. We talk a lot about how we're in this together. It takes confidence to continue to believe that as we move forward, not because I would doubt it, but because to stay in this together means that no one can really get left behind. And so the words "be blessed," "be a blessing," take on a less distant meaning today. Be blessed. Find the skill or the courage or the belief in you to share a little with someone else. Be a blessing rather. Actually follow through on it. Reach out to somebody when you are ready. My friends, have a good week, and we'll see you next time. And thanks for listening. Amen.